Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Of course, we love to try and feature some future A-list big name directors and filmmakers that arrive at Sundance. And I have a feeling the next filmmaker is going to be on everybody's mind in the years coming. Her Sundance short, which is premiering here at this year's festival, is already on a short list for an Oscar. And this is her first film. We are joined by Zofia Kowalewska.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hey.
So I have to just start off with the short list. You must be so excited.
Yeah, well, it's not something that you're expecting when you're 21. You know,
No,
it's like
exactly, right? And this was your first short that you made, and I want to talk about it a little bit in a minute, but you made this before you started film school.
Yes, it was in Poland. We need to have a film to get into the film school, so I just wanted to make a short to get into the film school, and I was researching a lot of topics, and the most important one that turned into a film was Really Close, and these are my grandparents, the people in the film. So yeah.
So the film is called Close Ties.
Yes.
This is obviously an incredibly personal project for you. Yeah. It's based on your real life grandparents who so generously decided to be a part of your project. But this really is cross-generational topics. It's looking at their relationship. And talk to me a little bit about, this is their 45th anniversary that you're addressing in the film. But a lot of times it's surprising that they made it that far, that they went through quite a few hurdles.
Yeah, they had quite a turmoil in their relationship a few times, and when I was little I knew that this was going on, but I looked at it from a different perspective, and the moment I had the camera I had this kind of a distance to look at it, like from the grown-up perspective. And what I saw, like the first scene that I shot that I thought that was the moment I thought that there might be film based on this, was when my grandpa bought an ironing board and a clothes dryer without consulting my grandma first. And it's like they had a 2-hour argument over that. That was they fought over like the relationship, and it was cut by my grandma saying that you have no right to be here because you've been with someone else, with another woman, for 8 years, so you have no right to rearrange furniture around here. And that was the moment when I was really used to their bickering and like little fighting all the time, but that was the moment when I realized that there's something there are really strong emotions underneath it, and they're trying just to cope with it, and it's very difficult, and they cannot communicate, and therefore they fight over stuff like ironing boards, and well, in fact they just want to talk about this emotional triangle that they were in. And it's very universal. Like what makes it it's funny that they're like 70, you know, but this is something that happens to everybody.
Yeah. Was it hard as a filmmaker to separate yourself behind the camera as filmmaker? Those are not my grandparents, those are my sort of subjects.
Yeah, it was a family set. Like my grandma, she insisted on making dinners every day for the whole crew. So there were 3 of us only, but still it was super cute. And she was talking to us, how's the filming going? And she had her ideas, which we didn't like use, but they were anyway. It was.
But she was supporting you, which is that's what grandmas do, right?
Totally. And but of course I was double accountable, but because not only as a filmmaker, but also, I mean, I didn't want to destroy my family with making a film that would be like very maybe too personal or like judgmental. I didn't want that.
Well, and you didn't want to exploit their relationship, you know, as well. But this is incredibly intimate, the way that this was shot. I mean, you really feel like you're part of their relationship.
Well, we shot a lot. We shot like 40 hours. And and then I was editing for a year to make it an 18-minute short, and and I feel like the fact that we had no details over how this happened, and I mean all the like intimate, personal, detailed stuff doesn't matter, because what matters is the emotional impact that this has on the relationship.
Well, we have a clip, and I want to show everybody. This is Close Ties. I love that laugh. That is perfect. But again, like you said, these are your grandparents, and it's an incredibly intimate portrayal of them in some of their darker, more complicated moments. And I think it's interesting that you said, you know, a fight over an ironing board really is about, you know, his relationships with other women and their separations and things like that. Was it hard to get them to be that honest on camera or in front of their own granddaughter?
I mean, we're really close, and also my parents are actors in Poland, so they're kind of used to all these artsy, weird stuff that we do. So when I asked them, can I shoot you? They were like, okay, yeah, of course.
It's not strange to them to have a camera
absolutely.
pointed in their face.
No, but they got used to it. I mean, I was there for a long time, so they just opened up. And I think that it wouldn't be possible to do it if I wasn't their granddaughter, because I kind of like, I feel like this, my eye that is very loving, and I really want them to work and wanted them to work at that time before the anniversary happened. And also the fact that I asked them to, because we don't have family gatherings at all, and I asked them for the film, can we make one? And my grandpa was like, maybe an anniversary. And I'm like, okay, yeah, ask grandma about that. And that was the first.
Please let me film it when you.
Yeah, exactly. So so I feel that what happened in the anniversary with the word sorry, which of course doesn't, you know, make everything better. I mean, but it kind of makes them a little bit. That the relationship is on a different level when you say that. I mean, it's kind of like a first step. And then the life goes on, and of course nothing changes, you know, because they're elderly, and like you don't change that much at that age. But still, I feel that there's something good that can happen to people at any age, and that's this little bit of hope that I wanted to have in the film, and that's why I asked them for the family gathering. So I feel that without my input in that, without my me asking them for the family gathering, and with me just observing the situation and talking to them about it, I think that it wouldn't just happen. And this is like, I'm really proud of that, because I pay them off what they kind of gave to me. And yeah, because I wouldn't be here, like in all ways, you know.
Without them.
Yeah.
So I always like to ask young filmmakers, especially, what they want their takeaway to be, the audience takeaway from their project. Is hope really what you want people to leave the theater with?
I feel like difficult subjects should be addressed with humor and with faith in the characters, and this is what I'm trying to achieve in documentary, because I feel like everything, like documentary is like it's usually depressing and really heavy, and like people need this like strong emotions, while strong emotions can be achieved differently, and this is difficult to do that. You need to have great characters. So yeah, but this is something I don't see any point of filmmaking if there's no hope in it. Yeah.
I would agree with you. Well, I want to congratulate you for not only being accepted into Sundance, but being on a short list for the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
I'm sure fingers crossed for Tuesday, and I can't imagine how proud your family must be.
Yeah, they are. There's actually, in Poland right now, yesterday was the Grandparents' Day. Okay. So yeah, so like
so it's a good moment. Yes. Well, enjoy your first Sundance. I'm sure we'll see you many, many times in the future.
Thank you so much.
All right, the Sundance short is Close Ties, and keep your fingers crossed. You might be seeing it at this year's Academy Awards ceremony. This is the Mountain Morning Show. We'll be back right here on Park City Television.